What's up, my people? Happy Saturdays. I believe you are headed to the park right now, where dreams will be made, and dreams will be crushed. So let's see if who's on the...
Some are already crushed, Pablo. Some are already crushed.
No, not if you're on the fucking South Conference. You could be fucking 0-3 and you're still in the playoffs. Crazy.
Hey,
anyways,
strong
what's
lead.
up? Yo, real quick, you know how we do. Got the mask on for my boy, Ace. Divine Sports Training, home calls, anything, stretching, massages, any athletic work. He's stretching. Bro, he told me he's booked from 6:30 all the way through 8 a.m. That's amazing for him.
He came to my house at 8 a.m. last week on Tuesday. I was going through it, like just hurting. I played DD, I played golf, I played red zone like 3 times in between all of that. I played, like, bro, I was just beat. And I hit him up the same day. He's like, yo, I'll come through there tonight. Will you be there at your crib? Straight to my house. I'm not gonna lie, he fucked me up. That shit hurts. But bro, I was feeling real good, real good. So we fuck around with Ace, but that boy's work is the truth.
I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Now here's a little video on our boy.
Yes, sir.
You play sports? Ever feel something off? Shoulders tight, hips, lower back? Let me help. Through joint mobilization, PNF stretching, and pressure release, we at Divine Sports can help you get back to doing what you love to do. And that's ball out.
And we're back.
What's up? All right, so I get to take this off now? I'm not gonna go long.
That's it. The contract stipends just during the marketing bit.
Dude, that shit hurts, man. Look, I fucking lost my
Bro, you look like you can't breathe in that shit.
It's all good. I can't, and I'm just sitting here. I could barely breathe in general, just because of my weight.
All right, let's get straight,
all right, boys,
to week 2, our favorites for the conferences. You want to start off with the North or the South?
I want to do the North. I think it's more packed.
All right, get to it.
So, I mean, I got the Chiefs, the Dolphins, Vikings, and Cowboys, and obviously a little behind there are the Bengals. Obviously, Dolphins had a great week, showed out. They have a solid team, man, bunch of veterans. Obviously, Travis, as their tier 5, showed up. Everyone passed on him, and he did great. The Chiefs, I played as bad as any quarterback can play, and we went 2-1. So I believe in us, man. I mean, any other QB plays as terrible as I did, their team's 0-3. I mean, hence look at Drew, hence look at Tronky, hence look at Vinny. You know what I'm saying? So I think I did a great job drafting, and I think, they held it down for me, and we were able to sneak out 2-1. So I still got up there in the fight. Obviously, the Vikings, Joel made a great trade for Fifi, which obviously I think is going to help him. He got rid of Roger too, which obviously helps him, and then I got to keep Ant. So obviously that's a freaking solid team too. And then you never count out. I've learned my lesson. You never count out the GOAT, bro. So you got to keep them in there as well.
No,
what about you?
They played great. They didn't lose a game. They tied 1. So yeah, I actually have Cowboys, Dolphins, Vikings, Bengals. And you're not gonna be happy the Chiefs aren't in there. It's just, you can say what you want about the poor play, but you didn't play strong teams. You played a team missing their number 1. You got beat by a team that, correct me if I'm wrong, you have going to the shit bowl. So you're a veteran in this league. You have guys who are on your team who were captains. My boy Georgie, I love him, but you can't have easy weeks like that and then still be teetering on the line that you could have gone 1-2 very easily. And again, it's not to say you guys are gonna
could have gone 0-3.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff, and it's week 1, so it takes time to gel. but that dropped you guys a little bit for me just because, and it could be week one panicking on my end, as an
I like it though.
analyst.
That's what we're doing it.
But yeah, that scared me a little bit, especially with the leadership that you have with Georgie Andres, the ultimate DDer. He's been in DD from the beginning, so he knows every single little rule and thing. So yeah, you guys have the experience and the athleticism and skill to get it done. So yeah, it scares me a little bit that you didn't perform to the levels we thought preseason. So you guys dropped out for me. I have the Cowboys and Dolphins up there with the Vikings just behind. Vikings are changing week to week, as we know, until the deadline comes. But obviously, Jones getting it done. He went 2-1 last week. That's all you need every week, realistically. Obviously, everyone wants to go 3-0, but it's really hard to go 3-0 in DD, no matter how good your team is. But the Dolphins did it, and mind you, Travis didn't play our first game against us. They beat us. It's the first game of the season, so if anything, that's the breakfast ball of DD. You can chalk that L up and just use it to figure out what you need to do in DD for the season, where you got to place your guys. So they went 3-0. I think they're up there. And then the Bengals, they lost a really close game to the Giants. I know Fredo was on the goal line a few times and they couldn't convert. And they could have easily been 3-0. But I have the Bengals there at the bottom as a sleeper for the North. But I think it's those four teams that are going to, pretty much be battling each other. And then, there may be a team like you guys that come.
That's a hard conference, bro. It's a really hard conference. I said it like on Beyond the Scrubs. I was like, the South. Well, fast forwarding and into the South, and I was like, the South 6 wins is going to get you in. I don't even think 6 wins gets them in. I think you could get in there with 5. I mean, you have 3 teams 0-3 in your division.
Yeah,
and 2 of them are like essentially 6 make it out of 8. So right now, if playoffs were today, the Bucks at 0-3 are in the playoffs.
Correct. And then that benefits teams in the South as well when they go to the championship. That team from the South is going to be, they may be coming from the weaker conference, quote unquote, which it is this year, but they're coming fresh. If you end up playing a team like you have a bye and you play a team that's 5-11 that you blow out and you get to vibe each game. Meanwhile, the North is dogging each other out and going to crazy games.
Well, that's what we said last year, and the team that came out of the North or South, whatever, the team that the conference that the Eagles came out of torched the other division.
No, I agree. Said but again,
that was going to
happen. It's a little bit different of a year because you have the true quarterbacks. Captains are now in the draftee pool, so it's hard to compare season to season in DD because there's little variations from the rules to who the captain is, to the amount of teams, to who the player pool is. So, but I agree. We definitely had that same sentiment last season, and we were definitely proven wrong.
All right, let's go. Let's jump into it because it's Saturday morning and people are ready
South,
to go.
I got number 1, Seahawks. Number 2, Falcons. They went 2-1 without Dusty. I like that. Giants. Actually, I got Giants ahead. They proved me wrong, Chris D. They proved me wrong. And granted, they played some weak teams and they went 4-3 to the wire with all of them. So that's a little bit, I thought they were going to have a way better D. But still, they were able to put up the points and win the games. That's all that matters in done deal. And last, I have the Ravens. So this being recorded after Flacco dropped, Jerry joined, Jerry dropped, Peanut replaced. They have a nice little sneaky team there.
Major upgrade.
Yeah, major. And granted, Pina hasn't played in a bit. I haven't seen him out in red zone in a few. I mean, actually, I did see him, but I haven't seen him as often as I used to. But still, the guy's a freaking freak of nature. He's one of the oldest guys in DD, and he runs probably the freaking fastest out of those guys up there. And he's a great rusher and a great tool to have. He makes people just miss. He grabs a little dart up the field. So that team's gonna make noise. They didn't even do horrible. They went 1-1-1. So that's great in the South.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I got the Seahawks 1, and obviously it's just your back end with Moscoso as your worst player, whom probably is your best player. That's freaking tough, man. And then obviously the Falcons, I love that team. I mean, they went 2-1. They're 1L. Yours truly, but
ugly.
They're missing the best player. ugly as
is.
fuck. A typical me and Ray Mac game, 2-1. Que vuelta.
Yeesh.
But they proved that they could ball, man, and I love them. I love that team. I think Ray Mac's gonna do well. Dusty is hopefully he comes back, at least 90%, and I think that team can make noise. Bro, the Giants gives me the Washington vibes, bro, from last season. That like nobody believed in them, but they're there fucking going 3-0, 2-1, 3-0, 2-1, and then you blink and then they got the bye, and then you blink and then they're in the championship.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I still don't believe in the Giants, and it's not because of Chris D. Chris D, he played well. He threw pretty well. And everyone else, that team, I ref that game that they beat Vinny on the last play of the game.
yeah. Like that takes me to that. The last play of the game is what makes me skeptical.
Correct.
Like against a team
Correct.
that we have like at fucking minus 150 to make the shit bowl in week 2. Like, that's not good.
And then, so but I have them up there. I mean, they went 3-0 again, like you said. Going 3-0 is difficult as shit in DD. So just by doing that, you got to be there. So I think that's a 3-man race over there, bro. Honestly, that's how I feel. And as far as the favorites to win it all, bro, again, I have Seahawks, Dolphins, Vikings, Falcons, Chiefs, and down there I have the Giants. They got to prove me wrong, but that's pretty much the top 5 where I'm at. Still too early to call, obviously, but those are kind of the teams that I'm looking at.
Yeah. And again, we're still pre-trade deadline. A lot of these teams seem like they're gonna be like pretty locked. I mean, not all these captains like to trade.
There was a lot of people trying to trade.
That's what I'm saying, but like it's harder to trade than people think. It's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, somebody has to lose. There's very, very little cases where it's like
correct.
Lewis for D-Rock and Roger for whatever, another tier 6. That's like, yeah, exactly, like that. Super comparable. Like, okay, one gives you a little more on D, the other gives you a little more on offense. One talks more shit, the other one's a great teammate who's always cheering you on. Like, it just depends what you want on the team. But that's 1 in 100 trades and done deal. Most of the time, it's some random ass shit because my one, he doesn't like me. He wants the ball all the time. You don't have a one. You want a guy to throw the ball deep too. Perfect. We'll do the swap, even though my guy might be better than yours, but he just doesn't fit. So it's a lot harder to trade than people think. But I think a lot of these teams are going to stay the same for most of the season. Cowboys, I think, are locked. Giants, I think, are locked. I don't know about the Dolphins. I don't think Johan makes a trade. He might inflate Travis and trade him. But then again, Travis played like a fucking baller. He played 2 games only because he showed up late to our game and we didn't let him in. And bro, in 2 games he had like 7 catches and 4 touchdowns, which could have easily.
Wait. You guys didn't let him in?
The game was about to end, bro. It was like already we just were in the flow of the game and we were just like, no, you can't play. We're not gonna let a guy fresh just jump in. Because no.
You scared? You guys are scared of the tier 5?
We're not scared, but why would I? Okay.
Then why didn't you let him play?
Because we didn't want to.
That's some hoe shit.
It's not hoe shit. Show up on time. It's nothing against Travis. It could have been Jesus fucking Christ. Show up. Late. That nigga's gonna wait.
I bet if they're tier 6, you make them play.
Doesn't matter. The decision is ours to make.
I'm asking you a question. If a tier 6 shows up late, are you gonna make him play?
Depends. If there's tier 6 is Moscoso, no, he's sitting 2.
Wow.
But you tell me that you bring in Lazo.
That changes my demeanor on the Seahawks, bro. Oh, hey, wow. You
gotta work smart.
You can't be the favorite to win it all. Yeah, you can't be the favorite to win it all if you're fucking making a tier 5. That went low key under the rug. Nobody even talked about that.
Doesn't matter. I'll say it out loud. It doesn't matter. There's plenty of shit that goes under the rug week to week. That's way worse than that. We lost the game. They beat us whether he was in or not. It doesn't matter. It was game 1 of the season. We made the decision. Of course. Our decision to make. That's it. We'll see them again.
All right.
Hopefully Travis is still there.
5. Hey.
Actually, bitch, by the way, I have a little suggestion. For week 5, where we're going to play one team repeated. Only one. I think it should be established like a rivalry week. Whatever team, like, the captains vote amongst each other of like, who they consider their rival for that week, and we make them like forced matchups. Obviously, with the teams that need to get in, play each other. Obviously, and then
I think that's what you should do.
I
think that extra game. Nah, I think that extra game should be for standings. I think it should be like the 1 and the 2 play, the 3 and the 4 play, the 5 and the 6 play. Let the bottom shit teams play each other so that there's, you get me? So that game matters. So, I mean, I think obviously we don't know because by then you'll have somewhat of an idea. But yeah, I think you should definitely, that extra game should be in your conference. It shouldn't be like I played the Falcons week 1, which I would love to play Raymet again. I have no problem playing Raymet again. But I think it should be someone in your conference that you can maybe jump and maybe get the bye or jump and get in, one of those as opposed to playing someone else. So, I mean, obviously that's for the scheduling department. That's not for us, but it's all good. Rookie of the year.
We'll send a letter to the front office.
I got someone new in there. Obviously, via trade, Fifi becomes my favorite for Rookie of the Year.
Really?
Obviously, yeah, we didn't have him in there, and obviously for me, it was just based off of QB play. I didn't think Dario could get on the ball, and obviously they butted heads. So, but now with John as his QB, bro, I really like Fifi to come out as Rookie of the Year. I mean, obviously AJ still in there, but I think, and I had Mike last week. But obviously because of cramps issues and maybe he might not finish all 3 games, I got to go with either AJ or Fifi right now for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I definitely have AJ up there. And like I said, man, I put Travis in there because 2 games, 7 catches, 4 touchdowns. I mean, if you continue that trend, he's going to have the numbers to be up there. And again, people slept on him. He barely plays at red zone. When he plays, it's 2 drives, 3 plays maybe, and then he sits on the sideline.
Yeah, I slept on him.
A gang
never
of 47 motherfuckers going out to red zone every week. Every week he has like a gang of motherfuckers out there ready to play flag football for him in like 4 different teams. So he's barely ever playing out there. He's kind of just like controlling the team, making sure everyone goes where they gotta go because they're eating shit or whatever. But he played well, bro. I saw him do some good fucking shit out there. He destroyed Drew on a slant fade, which you can't blame Drew. You don't expect Travis to do that. But still, it blew fucking by him. That Drew was like falling backwards, looking like a little cartoon. But
let's just say Drew didn't have a good day, man.
No, he bit hard as fuck on the slant because you don't expect that fade from the tier 5. But again, we don't see Travis, so I got him up there. And then for comeback player of the year, even though I don't really fuck with him like that, I got Enzo. He's balling. He balled out week 1. I knew he was gonna ball out. Chink disappointed me. I had him week 1, but Stritz, we played them. They are not using him the way. Like Chink is coming off an injury, and you're giving him a fake handoff and making him wheel, and throwing him all over the floor. The guy like fucking fell I don't know how many times over the weekend, diving for little globitos that were falling. So, and he's removing Chink from the play almost every time. So, bro, you called yourself a 3-headed monster, but then you removed one of the fucking heads from the monster. So I think that's more of like a scheme issue rather than the player. But yeah, I think it's just going to be Enzo and Dusty. Dusty missed week 1. If he comes out and he balls out heavy and Raymet just abuses him. But other than that, it's just looking like Enzo right now because no one else that has been out for a while or had shitty seasons is really doing anything right now. I was thinking Johan, but Johan never performs poorly. He just has bad teams within the season, regular season most of the time.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to include him in here because he's not a bad player. It's not like he has poor performances. Just like Raymet. Raymet was up in like the top 5 of stats last year, and he was in the shit bowl.
Correct.
Yeah. And speaking of shit bowl, let's jump right into that. Who do you got for the shit bowl?
No, see, the wrong segue. Speaking of Raymet, we're talking about the upset of the week.
Okay.
And I got Falcons. Well, I think we both got the Falcons to beat the Bengals.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, how do you all 4 guys pick the Bengals to beat the Falcons? I mean, the Falcons should at least get 1 pick, but that's what we got.
Yeah, I think the defense is going to be a little much for the Bengals. They play aggressive D. You have guys that hit you, and not in a dirty way, but you know how Dusty plays. Dusty's gritty.
Of course.
Clint is gritty. Clint isn't an athletic guy. So what does he use? He uses his physicality to get in the way of routes, to cut people off. And this is a smaller sized team with the exception of really Enzo is their larger guy, you know. But
Yeah.
you know, AJ and Julio are little guys, so
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that plays out. And again, it could be that they just blow by them, but I don't think that that's going to occur. I think that the physicality of the Falcons will get them the W in this game.
Yep, I can see that. Now we talk about the shit bowl.
Now we got the shit bowl. What you got in the Northie?
But bro, I had last week the Chargers and the Oilers, and that's not a knock on them, man. Like, I'm not trying to shit on them. It's just that conference is that hard that that's just who's left.
Yeah, I agree.
So I mean, I got to keep it there, Chargers and Oilers. For the South, I have the Broncos and the Saints. I mean, there's 3 teams that are 0-3, bro. Honestly, knowing our commissioner, he might choose 2 teams from the South and just, you get me? Instead of choosing the worst from the North and the worst from the South, he's just going to be like, yo, the South is that shit. I got to take 2 teams from there, you know? Because I guarantee you that the Chargers and the Oilers are both going to have better records than the Saints, who else is the Broncos, and, well, who knows what the Jags are? I mean, let's see what happens. No one knows what that is.
No,
We haven't even spoken about them.
Yeah, I don't even want to say
I was
a word
super
about
high on them. I was super high on them. Like, I was like, that's the team on paper. That's the winner. And they're just, Jesus. They just, that reminds me of the Jordan and Raymette team. I don't remember what team name they
what it
were.
reminds me of?
They were the
Chris
Packers.
with Dax, Julio,
Yeah,
Ian
but
Bosky.
the difference is that every week, like, Ian would show up, like, last game, or Dax was missing, or, you get me? Like, there was always someone missing on that. They never were full on that team. Never were full. The team that was Jordan, Raymette, Chiriboa, who else? They had Darwin, they had Justin, and they had one more.
Oh yeah, they had Darwin, they had Justin Gigliotti, Raymette, Jordan, and Chiriboga, and this really big guy. That's the season that we played at Palmer Trinity. I forget his name, bro. He's a solid dude from back in the day from DD. I forget his name, but he's a big boy.
Yeah. Bro, I mean, on paper they had a great team and they ended up in last. So
yeah, they sucked that season.
It could be the Jags. That could be the Jags. We don't know. So, yeah, man.
I actually have the same, except, bro, I have the Bucks, man. I don't think they're gonna pull it out, brother. I thought the defense was bad in the original team. I think it's fucking awful now. Awful.
Yeah.
You have 2 statues. Not like that, but like you're toast. Like they said in the other show, you have to score 4 in a row every game, and that's hard, bro.
Correct. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure on Tronky, man. It's as a quarterback, like, knowing mentally that you got to score 4 straight to even have a chance. Like, that's rough, man. That's rough. And then you're throwing. I mean, in reality, you're throwing to, you know, Roger now. Now you're throwing to Roger. Now you're throwing to Chris Campos. Who else does he have now? Oh, he got Ham now. At least he has Ham now and Gary but yeah, man, I think he's one trade away from being able to get out of there. The good thing is that conference sucks so much that I think he can get 5 wins. I think he could get into the playoffs. He's got to make a few trades, and I think he could get in.
The thing is, who does he trade? He has to get rid of Gary. He's
got to trade Gary. Yeah, he has.
You have to trade Gary.
You have to pair up either Gary or a tier 2 and a tier 3.
Yeah, his only hope is to middle load his team. And the thing is, Tronky's not used to middle of the pack players, guys that are just going to do their bit. He's used to guys that fucking carry loads. Lulu, fucking Duke. These guys that he takes to these tournaments that do unfucking godly shit. They go up and I saw a video of this guy Duke catching a fucking full field pass, a bomb behind his back, burning some guy. Like, bro, that's the talent that Tronky's used to playing with. Like, you can't compare. Nobody in DD does that. Not even the fucking best players in DD do that. He plays with fucking true horses. So it's hard to ask him to middle load his team and be successful because that's not what the guy does. Even at the lowest level, highest level, when you ask people to do shit they're not good at, they're not going to be successful. Doesn't matter how much better they are than everyone else.
I agree. All right.
These guys proved it last year. Fucking assholes.
I don't have any rapid fire. The people are waiting. People are hyped. They're in their cars. We'll do some rapid fire next week. I mean, obviously, we had some technical issues with Lazo being out this week. So,
sure.
You know, bear with us. At least we put something out here. You know, we do it for you guys. But let's do it. Let's do what we do, right? The reason
this
why
was
they
going to
come
be rapid
and watch
fire.
us.
Because I got 8 picks for the week.
You have 8?
I have 8.
Dude, I got 5. All right, I went 1 and 2. Florida fucked me. They could have backdoored, and I would have been nice. New Mexico State never had a chance. But here we go. I got Boise plus the 3.5. They got shellacked by Washington. I think they bounced back. Ole Miss against Tulane. I got them at -7. Texas Tech lost to Wyoming. I think they bounced back too. They got them. I got them at +7. I got the Steelers on Sunday at +3. They play the 49ers. I mean, it's an ugly game. It's one of those ugly, like, I'm scared to press send, and it's just as ugly as shit.
You
But
just
I press
stare at
it
your
anyway.
password for like 10 minutes.
I think bro, I'm telling you, it's ugly, but I took it. Steelers plus the 3. And then I did for my final play, I did a little teaser. I got the Packers plus 7.5, a little 6-point teaser. And then I got Washington -1.
I like that.
Also, I'm going to throw in their extra, just off the top of the dome. For my survivor pick, I took Washington. I think there's no way Arizona beats Washington at Washington.
I have Washington in one and the Ravens in the other, just because that's the lock of the season already, and might as well just get one. I gotta confirm one. But yeah, definitely I got Washington in one of my survivor pools.
Let me hear those.
I actually got Falcons -3.5.
I like it.
I got Saints -3.
My team.
I got Fins and Chargers over 50.5. It's gonna be high powered. I like it. I'm excited. A lot of players coming back on both sides. We're gonna see what Tua and the new Dolphins got this season. You know, this is, in my opinion, last year in the Tua experiment, so he's got to make it fucking worthwhile. And no other way to start it than with a bang against your drafty rival. Everyone says that the Dolphins should have taken Herbie over him. So this is a perfect opportunity to prove a point, make a big statement in game 1 of the season, come back after all the naysayers and all the shit talking that he's a little kid, doesn't know how to fall. So I got the over in that. I think it's going to be a big offensive game. And then moving to college, I got Texas plus 7.5, which scares me.
I like it. I almost put that on my card.
But I like it. It's a primetime game. It's Alabama. It's Texas. They got kind of fucking embarrassed last season. Alabama was being mouthy with them the whole game, and I think they're gonna come back. I got Michigan UNLV over 57, Troy and K-State over 51, and then I got a little. Don't go crazy on this. Just a little sprinkle, as us degenerates like to call it. Ohio money line at plus 155. A little dog, just a little sprinkle, a little relish on top.
Okay. Who do they play?
Who
do they play?
Ohio? I don't even remember. I was looking at the picks, but I liked it. It was, the line was like plus 245. I was reading a bunch of shit about college football. That's how you know we're sick in the head here. We just take plays whatever we see. Some guy wrote some shit and I felt it in my soul. I was like, that guy is not wrong about Ohio. We're taking these motherfuckers. Hey, cash it in. On Sunday morning when Ohio wins, I'm going to copy that guy's fucking page, and you guys are going to read his write-up and how inspiring he is. He said it to me, a sprinkle, so I'm telling you, you throw a sprinkle.
All right, sprinkle. Bueno. Good luck, my boys, out there today. Be safe.
Yes, sir. Hydrate. Enjoy it.
Let's fucking get it. Week 2. Nah, I'll trade your ass.